washed out the standard of righteousness that we need to be fighting for. I think there should be a riot. I think there should be some riots going on right now. You know what kind of riot I'm talking about. Don't take me out of context. John said riot. Start looting. No. I love the saying, see something, say something, right? Yeah. Too often we see something and we say nothing. We see something we know is wrong, but we don't love the person enough to say something. I was hanging out with someone recently that had a little lipstick. She had a little lipstick on her forehead, and I didn't say something. And someone else said something, and she goes, yeah, he really loves me. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, I should have said something. I'm not a real friend. You know, I'm like always that guy. Hey, you got a little broccoli in the teeth right there. You know, I was trying to do it privately, but I should have said something. Do we love each other enough to say, hey, you got a blind spot here. You got some pride you got to work out. This addiction, we need to talk about this. The fits of rage, the outbursts, it's improper for God's holy people. You've got to quit that. And you don't answer a Facebook post with another Facebook post. If you haven't figured that out already, you got to actually talk to the person face to face, like it says in the Bible. That's important. If we give Satan an inch, he's going to take a what? He's going to go for it, guys. That's why we hold to a standard. And the standard is Jesus. Last point, real quick. Sight. Sight. You gotta be tight, you gotta fight for what's right, and have sight to the light. Come on. Just get my flow on, Zach. Guys, we have to have sight. Far-reaching, dreamer sight. Visionary sight for what's going to happen in our village in the future. A vision to multiply the village. When Jesus says the fields are ripe for harvest, it's not like a statement like, look at this meal. Isn't it really good looking and smells really good? Just sit here and watch it. He's saying, it's an invitation. The fields are ripe for harvest. Go do something. This is a meal right before you. It's like chicken and it's steaming and it smells real good and it's got some asparagus and it's got some risotto. I don't know what's good for you. You like the steak? You like the tofu? You like the eggplant? There's a meal right there in front of your favorite meal and you're salivating. Eat it! Go for it! It's not one of these, I sit back and just watch the meal until it gets cold and nah, no thanks. You know, the Barna Institute also did some research on evangelism. And the question was, do you believe it's a Christian responsibility to evangelize? And they only asked the question to people that already said, yes, I'm a Christian. And so they asked, do you think it's a responsibility for a Christian to evangelize? And 61% not just disagreed, they checked the mark where it said totally disagreed. Totally disagreed. There was another stat, born-again Christians, how often have you shared your faith at least once? Have you talked to someone else about your faith at least once in the last year? 65% said no. This is people that describe themselves, I'm believing in Jesus, I'm a born-again Christian. 61% of them said, totally disagree. And 65% said, no, I don't do that. I haven't done that. I haven't talked to anyone else about my faith. You know, we have to ask ourselves what we want to leave the next generation that comes into this church, that comes into our village. And I want to show you a little video as we close out here of a guy who lived in the village his whole life, and he's just really excited about it, and I thought it was interesting what he shared.
The village is the greatest place in the world to live. It is. If everybody could come and live here, this is the place. It is. I just hope it never changes. You have to leave it for somebody. Like, oh, it's a leave it for the next generation. We're not doing that. We are. It's all for today. And when they don't wake up, like, it's not there.
Can you hear what he's saying? He said you got to leave something for the next generation. He said, I love the village. I love it. Here's the best place to live in the world. He's like, but I don't want to wake up one day and it's not here. He started talking about St. Vincent's and how they're taking out the hospital and how You know, the hospital serves people in this community, but without that, they're going to have to go to different hospitals, and they're fighting, they're protesting, they're up in arms about protecting their village. I'm not going to get political, that's not why I'm here. I'm saying there's something in them that has a dream for what is to come. A dream for the next generation. They want to leave a vibrant, creative place for other artists and other musicians and other actors and other dreamers and other New Yorkers to come in and be able to do something great. Isn't that what we want in the church? That's what we want in the church. We want a campus student to come in from Columbia and NYU and to go, whoa, this is a cool village. I want to be part of this. That was me several years ago when I came in from the campus, from the university setting, and looked around. I thought, this is amazing. I've never seen anything like this. Take me. I want to learn. We want a pure and loving village for our kids to inherit, but it starts with us. As we close out, guys, I pray that we may be the village on the ground and let God figure out how we'll become a city on a hill. Amen? Let's figure out our part. Let's be tight in our village. Let's be real. Even in conversations that are about to happen after this next song. You know, some of us are about to jet out. Some of us are going to get our kids. Amen. Have a conversation. Let's make it real. Let's decide that we're going to be tight. Let's fight for our village standard. If you see something, let's say something. And let's have a far-reaching sight, the dreams of leaving a gift to the next generation. The village. Jesus, when you get to New York, get off the A train at West 4th. Stroll around in our village. Amen.